in a monochrome world, working from the side through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. And sorrow's tender embrace, this was never meant to happen. The light of the day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on.
Alright, friends and family and fans and farts and trying to think of stuff that starts with an F. We have started a movement, not just we, but Claude has started a movement against our new king, air quote, new king, or air quote, king, and we are now starting a strike. So, go ahead, Discord. So, let us begin with our, by the way, it's called a megaphone from the last episode. It's megaphone, I know, I didn't read the comments, haven't read the comments yet. Megaphone, figured it out on my own. Actually, no, I didn't, somebody mentioned megaphone on a video, I'm like, that's what it is. Anyway, back to it. Hours later, the Marchand's Tavern is chaotic. People are talking over each other, trying to relay the scene that they saw in town today. Every visitor here is talking about what they witnessed. I had been in the corner of the room this entire time, trying to understand everyone, but failing. Delore and Parfait are not here to calm all this chaos. We need you here! Hey, Princess, how are you feeling? Disgruntled. I almost jump when I hear Rumple's voice. Surprised? I can feel when a damsel in distress, my lady. I'm not really in the mood for your flirting, Rumple. Oh, my apologies. I thought you might have wanted some cheering up. Where's your partner? He went out to town to survey the situation. Carmen doesn't do anything around the tavern, but he does a whole lot for you, doesn't he? Excuse me? Are you insinuating something, Rumple? I suppose that's the least a man in love can do. He walks away, he's like, that's all I gotta say about that? I feel myself blush. What is Rumple going on about? Princess, you're pink. I'm red. Shh. I am not. My mind feels all scrambled now. This is all Rumple's fault. Thankfully, before Rumple can continue talking, the door opens and Delora walks inside to calm the marching boarders in the reception room. Alright, everybody calm down. When I step into the reception room, I'm surprised to see two familiar figures standing beside Parfait. What are you doing? Hey, what is up, dude? I forgot the name of... His name, it's right there in front of my face! I was looking, I was like, it starts with an R, looks down, Rod. I think, somebody pronounced her name for me. It's Emmeline, I think? Yeah, I think it's that. And Rod. Both of them look downtrodden and discouraged. Everyone is noticeably shocked as they step inside. The prince and princess. Where'd you come from? Where'd they come from? What is happening at this place? At the palace? God damn. What of Queen Ophelia? Dead. We need silence in the room, everyone. Damn. Delore raises her voice, effectively causing everyone to pause. She glances at Parfait, who nods, and then turns to Rod and I'm just gonna call her Emmy. Princess Emmy, if you would tell everyone what you told Delora and I. The room is unnaturally quiet as Emmy begins her story. She starts with the events of 1 week ago. In the middle of my family dinner, Alcaster bursts in with soldiers and seized her, Rod and Ophelia, in front of the king. Sir Alcaster said that if the king didn't hand over his crown, he would kill us. He had no idea a coup would be staged. 3 of them were taken down to the prison cells with Ophelia taken into a separate cell. Sir Fitzgerald helped us escape, but only just barely. Fritz, are you openly disobeying your father? Damn right he is. I hope that he's safe. Alcaster wanted to kill the king. I'm sure that he still will. But he has no reason to. The king has already handed over his crown. I speak before even realizing. Everyone stares at me, including Rod and Emmy. Alcaster is a foul man. He's foul. I only think he what the fuck usurped the throne. What kind of word is usurped the throne now? Rod, come on, usurped? No. Smart people with your smart words, cut it out. The throne now without violence because he wants less resistance from the people. He never spoke up to my father before. Did you just say father? No. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's a long story, Emmy. Emmy looked between Rod and I, and her expression confused. You know each other? We do. I am her brother, and also her lover. That's the— oh, God. Emmy looks like she wants to say something, but she remains silent. Her mother is still inside the palace. We need to save her somehow, and Sir Fitzgerald— I know it's Gerland or Fitzgerland or whatever. Leave me alone. What happened to Fritz? We don't know. He helped us escape, but we were spotted at the last minute. He told us to run ahead and leave him behind. We didn't see him again after that, and we couldn't just wait, so Rod brought me here. Right now, we need to piece together the situation as quickly as we can, and then we need to figure out a way to save the king. I knew Alcaster was up to something, but I never thought it would escalate into this. Drian, what do you know about this? Garland and I weren't stripped of our tails because we disobeyed Alcaster's orders. It was because we overheard Alcaster plotting something and tried to tell the king of his plot. We gave him a warning, but the king did not believe us. Not with Alcaster Mithras whispering in his ears. I think I met Mithras and I totally forgot what he looked like. At the beginning of the game. I'm gonna have to look that later. The king didn't think Alcaster was possible with such betrayal. He thought we were trying to turn him against Alcaster for our own gain. And so Alcaster stripped us of our titles and banished us from the palace. Lady Parfait found us while we were happy to help out at the tavern. We also intended to eventually do something about the mess in the palace. So Alcaster has been planning to do this all this time. And now we're back in our room. When we part for the night, Parfait and Delora take Rod and Emmy to our room where they can share. The incest only grows in this game. It only grows. It has been decided that they will be harbored here at the Marchen, a place that Emmy apparently knew about but never came to because she wasn't cursed. Well, Rod did say that his family knew he was cursed. This window here, every time I look away, like, does something weird. Maybe I'm just crazy. I noticed Emmy looking at me many times throughout the night, but she never asked me anything. The next few days are a muddled mess. Everyone is busy trying to find out what happened and what can be done to help the king. I'm sweeping the tavern half-heartedly one day. Really? This is no time for Mr. Broom! My thoughts and everything but my chores. Good thing Mr. Broom does everything for me. Everyone's been trying to do something to help out the last few days, though I've gone on quite a few trips into town with Claude to search for information. I haven't been able to find much. I feel so useless. I'm finally on my break, so I decided to go into the reception room to rest. When I step inside, I notice Emmy sitting on the couch. She waves me over as soon as she sees me. She hasn't really openly spoken to me since she's been here. Parfait and Delora have been trying to hide her so as not to cause a ruckus in the Marchen. Rumors are dangerous now. You're Sexto, right? Yeah, I'm your fucking stepsister! Yeah. Rod told me about your curse. He said that you're the king's blood's daughter. Whoa. I am really sorry. I'm shocked by Emmy's sudden outburst. What? I didn't mean to, but I took your place. How could I forget my own sister? She's so nice and it makes me so sad. We're not blood related. That doesn't matter, I would love you regardless. Oh god, my heart. Let me fucking hug you. Emmy was always trying to take me out and do things with me back when I was still in the palace. I distanced myself from her because I thought the king loved her more than he loved me. I think that maybe he does. We weren't close. I barely spoke to you or Rod. Or Rod, screw that guy. Didn't he tell you that? He did. But perhaps now we can turn over a new leaf? What the fuck does that even mean? Turn the leaf over. Turn to a good side. Emmy is as stubborn as always. I have more things to worry about than being her friend. I have to go. I walk off before the conversation can continue. She tries so hard, even when she doesn't know her. If I hadn't been cursed and remained in the palace, would Sir Alcaster have taken me hostage too? Probably. The hours tick by as the tavern is emptied for the day. Delora calls everyone together to explain what she and Parfait have pieced together about the situation. Alright everyone, we've come upon some new information. The first that Alcester has cracked down the riots in town. Anyone seen protesting his rule is thrown in prison. The king always valued the people's opinions. Alcester does not want opinions, he only wants to rule with an iron fist. Our patrols have shown that there is overall more security in the palace and around the town. They have been charged with keeping people quiet in whatever ways they possibly can. As we heard from the prince and princess, things are most turbulent in the palace. The king is still alive, but it is unlikely he will stay that way for very long. One thing is clear, given Alcaster's motives to take over the kingdom, I doubt he will rest until the king is dead. The king's men have turned against him, and even if there are loyal soldiers still left in the palace, we cannot contact them right now. Where have you been, little dude? Rescuing the king and queen will be on us, then. Oh, the team of Rugrats is gonna be great! We just happen to have people in this tavern that have a shot at rescuing them. Prince Rod has the key to a secret passage we can use to break into the palace. Of course he does. Secret passageway, but only the king and the commander of the knights have a key to the passage, so how did he get a copy? Who's going to join us on this mission? Me. Julian and Garland both volunteer immediately, followed shortly by Claude and Waltz. I'll go too. The room goes quiet as I step forward and volunteer. Princess, we can't just allow you to put yourself in danger. I looked to Claude, who was staring at me, shocked. I took up the sword so I could protect those I care about. Princess, you don't nearly have enough practice. But I can help, I still have time to learn. I agree with Parfait, Princess. The palace isn't the place for you to try out your newfound sword skills. Then you may as well chain me up because I refuse to stay in here while you all go save the king. My father, by the way. My father. Princess. Well, she has been practicing with the rest of us. Don't encourage her, Jurian. But it's not like any of us can stop her anyway. You're right, the princess is quite stubborn. Shut up. Claude agrees with Jurian, but I can tell that he does not like the idea of me going along with them. If only we had the time to get reinforcements from Karma's country. Whoa. I was like, whoa, Karma's country? Then I realized. You're not coming, Ripple? You're not the man for physical contact? Gotcha. Karma's country? Way to let it slip, Waltz. Brugantia! How is it possible that Brugantian citizen can simply ask for reinforcements? Well, Karma is the crown prince of Brugantia. There is some shuffling in the room as everyone turns to gawk at Claude. Rumple, Anise, Rod, and Emmy all look shocked by this revelation. You're the lost prince? Yup. Lost prince. It sounds like such a tragedy, doesn't it? Anise suddenly looks distressed as she fiddles her thumbs. All this time I never knew. I'm so sorry, Your Highness. How? There's no need for formalities, Anise. But I'm the lost prince after all. I keep my lineage a secret because right now I'm just a normal commoner. But you're the prince! Couldn't you still ask for reinforcements? Even if I did ask for reinforcements, I'm pretty sure they would never come in time. Besides, I can't go back to my kingdom yet. I cannot go back while he's still cursed. The conversation continues in a more solemn tone. Eventually, we start speaking of our plan to enter the palace. When the details are finalized, I repeat everything myself to make certain that I know what it's meant to happen. Waltz will lead us into the palace. Then, and Jurian and Garland will follow right behind him, watching for the most immediate enemies. Leave it to us. We'll deal with any resistance before it touches you, Princess. And Karma will be watching from the back along with Delora. A witch and a prince for backup. Delora smiles wearily. Claude rolls his shoulders. I'd like to think of us as more the closing act. Though if all goes according to plan, we will have no need for either the opening or closing act. It is a small task force which is better. The smaller the better. The last thing we want is to be noticed. We decide to meet again over the course of the next week to finalize our plan carefully survey the situation in town before parting. Claude has taken to training me, Jerian, and Garland at the same time. Just the other day, he had all of us attack him together. Even though I am nowhere near as good as a trained knight, I still managed to hit him once. I feel like things are coming to some sort of conclusion, and yet I still haven't done 3 good deeds. Today we finalize our plans for getting into the palace. We have mapped out where the king and Ophelia must be in the prisons, where the guards might be positioned, and how we plan on sneaking in. I sit down on my bed and I'm about to lay down when I hear something. God, do you knock? Did I really just say that? Fucking hypocrite. Hello, love. Do you knock? My, you're red. What were you thinking about me? Well, now I am. I noticed that he has one hand on his chest tonight, but then he has been doing that more often lately. I noticed that during practices and sometimes when I catch his eyes. Is he sick? Darling? I shake myself at the sound of Claude's voice. What if I was changing? You could have knocked. Oh. Well, you didn't seem to have a problem when you walked in on me changing without announcing yourself. True. That's different. He strolls inside and steps closer to me. He smiles at me mischievously. Oh, how so? You don't have boobs. Wait, am I lying to myself? I really don't know. Cat got your tongue. Claude shakes his head, his smile softening. Shut the fuck up. I really didn't mean to come and disturb you. I just have something important I need to say to you. Claude kneels in front of me and furrows his eyebrows. Will you marry me? Sure. I want you to insist you reconsider going to the palace with us. As Parfait and Delora have said many times, it will be dangerous. Nothing you say is going to change my mind. I want to do what I can to help everyone. Yes, and that terrifies me. Oh, shake it. Terrifies you? If your stubbornness leads to you putting your neck out there for someone, I would never forgive myself for your injuries. If you want to help me, stay here where you'll be safe. I'm not some damsel that needs to be protected. Sexto, all I want is for you to stay safe so that when you save your father, you can face him with a smile. Not a cast. Won't be able to face my father unless I'm one of those people to save him. Stubborn as always. I sigh, irritation welling up in my stomach at the look of Claude's face. He's calling me stubborn, but he's being stubborn about this. You've said I've improved in my sword fighting. Oh, sudden smile. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, it's fun. Okay. You have. You improved so much because of your resilience and drive, and because you're generally interested. It's because I have a good teacher. Ho ho! Your compliment is gentle music to my ears. Your compliments mean a lot to me, Sexto. My eyes fixated on his soft smile and at gentle crinkles on his eyes. Our eyes lock for a few moments. I'm aware of a slight energy between us. Zippity zap. I glance away hurriedly, not entirely sure of what would happen if I kept staring at him. My heart beats steadily in my chest. Earlier today, I comforted your sister when she started crying about the things that had happened in the palace. Amy, why would you comfort her? I saw her crying downstairs in the reception room earlier today without anyone there. She's a rather sweet girl. Don't you do it. I keep thinking that the two of you are completely different. You're both strong-willed and stubborn, but she wears her emotions on her sleeve while you keep them all inside of you. I'm not hiding anything if that's what you're implying. Mother always told me crying was weak. Do you not understand that your mother was a bitch? Claude stands up and leans forward. Before I know it, I'm in his arms. The fuck? Whoa. Whoa. Sexto, I am always here for you. I feel flustered again and my mind feels froggy. I can barely comprehend what's in my mind or in my heart. Oh yeah, I can. Just poor Claude me. Oops, that's Discord. What do we... Just in case, because I don't fucking trust you. Thank you. You never need to thank me, Sexto. But you've done so much for me. It is not just the sword fighting, it's your patience, your company. You saved me when I needed help. That's not true. I'm pretty sure I'm the most selfish person in this tavern. All I ever want is things for myself. Cool. I've never thought you were selfish, Claude. He puts a hand on my cheek and looks at me solemnly. You don't think that me wanting you is... Ha ha ha! Go away, Discord. Suddenly he steps back, his hand on his chest again, his breathing heavy as I stare at Claude with wide eyes. Oh, my ear just... Claude, are you okay? I'm fine. You don't look fine. This is gonna bring him down in battle later. I tell you now, it's gonna be the downfall of Claude. He sighs out slowly, but he sounds obviously pained. Stop 1 second. Okie dokie. I'll go get a niece. Nope, don't. No. I'm fine. I swear, it's just a spell of dizziness. You're not 90, you don't get spells of dizziness. But you... He manages a small, tight-lipped smile before he straightens and shakes his head. His hands are visibly shaking. He must be tired. But Claude... Do not tell anyone about this, okay? I don't want them to worry. Why is he always so stubborn? He's obviously in pain. I clench my hands into my fists as I frown at him. Why must you always be so secretive? You're keeping something from me, Claude. This isn't how our relationship works, Claude. I'm sorry, Sexto. How dare you! Claude abruptly leaves the room, leaving me with my fragmented thoughts. God damn. Now that it is, chapter 9, I'm going to end this one here. Oh boy, things are about to get exciting. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye!